Hello. Hello, hello, hello. All right. Oh, done buried my book. All right. So, welcome. We are on part 17 of a Weedwife's remedy. So I hope everyone is doing well. We're going to be talking about, hello, Lady Blind Wolf. How are you doing today? We're going to be talking about honeysuckle. There's a very short section in our book. So I found some mention of honeysuckle in two other books by the same author. But they say different things about it. And I think, gosh, I wonder, and I'm probably going to hunt to see if it's in anything else that I have. It's not one that's very talked about, no, among Western herbalists, because it's more used in Eastern herbalism, like Chinese traditional herbalism. So you're not going to find, it's hard to find info about it. At least I've found it's hard to find info about it. So, all right. Oh, let me put up. So, hold on. Let's put up. So this is gonna be our discussion question. Yeah, it's gonna look pretty funny. Yeah. That's our discussion question. So we're talking about honeysuckle. We're talking about honey as well, making honeys, because that's what the chapter is about. So what makes your life sweet? What are the sweet things in your life? People, events, etc. You know, I mean, yeah. Which just so sweet that you just want to eat. It could be sweets. It could be sweets. So, what was I going to say? What was it? All right. Oh, right. I replied to you, Lady Blind Wolf, on Instagram. It was a little while ago, so I haven't checked back to see if you've replied to me yet, but I just wanted to say that I did reply to you. Okay. So we're on page 83 for anyone who has the book, Lady Blind Wolf. Where can you get honeysuckle? Well, it is really considered an invasive weed. It's a vine, and it grows everywhere around my area. I'm in Western North Carolina on the East Coast. I'm not sure if it is in your area. So most people have it, just sort of growing. But if you don't, I think you can get it from, you did reply. Okay, I'll check it. I think I turned, some of my apps I have the notifications turned off because I just check them all the time anyway. So, okay. I think you can get it from Mountain Rose Herbs. Let me look. To see real fast, because I think I got that. I've got honeysuckle. Okay. Nope. So it was a long time ago, so maybe they don't have it now. Do a quick search. You want to get it from a reputable source. Don't get it from Wish. Oh, Star West Botanical. Great. Okay, I'm going to put this link up. Star West Botanicals has honeysuckle flowers, and they are USD organic. So awesome. They are quite pricey. For 4 ounces, it's $21.95 US dollars. But yeah, let's see. I thought Mountain Rose Herbs was shut down due to COVID-19. Hi Heather, how are you? Hello. So it's open and then it periodically shuts down. I don't know if it's just always open now. So I would just, subscribe to their mailing list and they'll tell you when they're shut down. And when they're going to be open. But right now it looks like they're open. So, Lady Blind Wolf, can I substitute with an essential oil that is way out of my budget? Do they have honeysuckle essential oils? Not sure. I don't think I've ever seen any. No, I don't know. They don't have it. I don't think I've ever seen honeysuckle essential oil. So it's probably best just to use the fresh or the dried flowers. Either order it from Star West, or if you have like a local herby shop, you can get it at the tobacco store. I would be really, really suspicious. Are you sure it's an essential oil and not an oil, not as they say, flavor oil, as something just for scent? I would be very suspicious. I would do a lot of investigation on that. Because honeysuckle does smell lovely, and it's probably that scent is probably, like Heather says, probably synthesized a synthetic oil. So that means it doesn't have any medicinal value, which I'm explaining something you probably know. Sorry, that came out weird, and I'm apologizing for that. Yes, okay. Yeah, I would just take down take a picture of the bottle and look up the manufacturer and see if they have a website. Go to it, see what it says about the product. Now, if you just want to use for scent in like a lovely perfume, then yeah, that's cool. But for medicinal values, probably not, unfortunately. And some of the awesome herbal scents just don't translate. Like like you're getting lavender oil from me, so it will smell like lavender flowers, but it'll be very light. It'll be much lighter than lavender essential oil, or like a synthetic oil just for scent. But and then I had somebody order some violet oil from my shop one year, and they're like, ew, it smells gross, what's wrong with this oil? And I'm like, no, it doesn't smell, it's not violet flowers. It's a medicinal oil. It, you know, it says so. It kind of smells like stinky feet. Or sometimes it has a well, it doesn't smell like you would expect. So it can have, you know, a slightly sweet, leafy scent. Sometimes some of them are grassy, like dandelion flower and calendula flower kind of remind me of like dried grassy things. But definitely not what you would think like a violet flower perfume would smell like. So now it may be the real thing. So yeah, just check it out, see what it says, and everything else, and also depends on what you're using it for. But we're going to talk about honey and honeysuckle. So yeah, I'm good, Heather. I'm tired because I'm always tired, but I'm doing all right today. I got my tea and everything, and so okay, page 83. Yes. And the discussion question is, what makes your life sweet? What are the sweet things, people, events, etc. in your life? You're tired too? Yeah, you and me. We're tired. Yeah, I feel like I just get up and I do a few things and I'm just exhausted. So, all right. So this is an NECTAR SWEET, healing with honeysuckle flower infused honey. And I'll go over how to make an infused honey. It's really easy. For anyone who hasn't made it before, it's stupid easy. You just need some patience so that the honey doesn't burn. But that's it. All right. For those of us who grew up in the South, just the mention of honeysuckle can bring to mind the sweet, rich scent of the white and gold flowers wafting through open windows on a hot summer night. Now, I've also, when I was in New York growing up, there was also a lot of honeysuckle. So, there are many species of honeysuckle in North America, but one that most of us are familiar with is the ubiquitous Japanese honeysuckle, an evergreen vine so common that it is often considered to be an invasive weed in many parts of the country, especially the Southeast. The benefits of this herb's prolific nature is that it's abundant and readily available to almost all of us. For those who don't have any nearby, it can also be purchased from many herb stores and suppliers. Other fragrant species of Lorenza are also medicinal and can be used similarly. So that's the Latin name. I'll write it down. I need my trusty phone light here. So this is the Latin name. Lorenza japonica. And the japonica means it's from Japan. So a lot of herbs will have sort of their origins in their Latin names, you can tell. like caladensis, and I can't remember if that's from like China or from Canada. So, but anyway, that's another one. And then you see like with calendula, it says calendula officinalis. The officinalis means that it's been part of like the overall herbal pharmacopoeia for such a long time that it's just been there forever. So it's that's what it means. It's just been used forever, that it has that name. My dad installed the air conditioner in my bedroom yesterday. Yes. I'm hunkering down in there till this funk passes. That is amazing, Heather. The only place we have air conditioning is in the bedroom. And when we put it in like 2 years ago, it was amazing. So I need to study name meanings. Yeah. And I'm sorry, I don't remember the specifics, but not all herbs, but a lot of herbs in there. The Latin names, the second part will denote sort of where they have originated from. So like it's like going all weirdly green. I'm green today, kind of yellow green. So the flowers and leaves are especially safe as medicine, and the fragrant flowers also have a sweet nectar-like taste and intoxicating fragrance that leads them to delicious preparations such as teas, syrups, and as here, infused honeys. So did anyone ever like with a honeysuckle, green suits me, thanks, take the little like stringy middle part out, and then it has a little drop of like nectar and honey on the end, and you just like eat that bit? Anyone do that? I wish I had some, but they're kind of past their time here, and it seemed like there was hardly any this year. So which just really makes me sad. All right, so these are the medicinal actions. Has anyone used honeysuckle for anything? Of course, all summer when I was a kid. Yeah, it was great. So honeysuckle is cooling and is frequently utilized as a remedy for cold/flu, fevers, sore throats, infections, both viral and bacterial, and other symptoms of acute heat and toxicity. That is especially true in traditional Chinese medicine, where the flower buds are commonly formulated with forsythia as a classic combination in the treatment of childhood eruptive diseases and other viral infections manifesting in heat signs. In Western usage, honeysuckle is considered to be anti-inflammatory, anti-infective, antiviral, which means antiviral and antibacterial, relaxant, nervine, which means it's calming to the nerves, expectorant, which means it makes you puke, helps you get all that phlegm out. I made honeysuckle syrup once, but for taste, not medicinal uses. Yeah. Cool. Did it actually taste really yummy? Let's see. It's a antispasmodic, relaxant, diaphoretic, diuretic, and vulnerary. Taken as a whole, this indication makes honeysuckle a fantastic remedy for infection, fever, cold/flu, and accompanying symptoms. So, yes, nice. All right, so literally the section on honeysuckle is 3 pages. So this might be a short book club. We might just go into like, yeah, we'll figure out where we want to go from here when we get done. So this is how she makes it. We're just gonna read through how to make a honey, and you can make my favorite thing to make is ginger honey, which is amazing. So making infused honey is simple, and the resulting medicine is both tasty and effective. It can be used internally or externally, and it's just the thing for a sore throat, minor to moderate burn, or feverish, restless little one. The cool thing about honey is it's shelf stable, so like you can, you know, you don't have to worry about keeping ginger in the house. You just have the ginger honey, you know, or I made a garlic honey, so you know, and you can just keep those medicines until you need them. So this is what you need: honeysuckle flower or flower buds. Now she's making this with fresh. I don't know if it matters if you make it with dry or not. With teas, you can usually make, with teas, it's usually better to make a tea with dry plant material, because the material is already a little bit is more broken down, so that the water gets into more of the bits and everything else, so you have more surface area than the fresh. The fresh usually makes a very lighter tea, but with honey, I'm not sure because it's different. Okay. All right, so you need honeysuckle flowers or buds, canning jar or other container with airtight lid. If you use another container, it should be glass for sure. I've never found anything better than a canning jar. It's absolutely perfect. Mild flavored raw honey. I just usually use the type of honey, I guess, is up to you. You know, you might want to get as nice a honey as you can afford, because this is going to be around for a while, and it's kind of like a medicine. And I would, you know, try to go to like a health food store, not just get like your very cheap like grocery store honey. So if you want to make sure it's really honey, if you can get a honey from like a local bee farmer, that's even better. But you know, at the end of the day, you just want to, you might not have access to that, so get the best honey you can get. Chopsticks, butter knife, or spoon. It's good to have something wooden because you're going to stir it. So I wouldn't suggest a butter knife unless she tells us how she's using it. All right, so you want to fill the jar with fresh honeysuckle flowers, making sure the jar is full without air pockets, but without greatly packing the flowers down. Okay, so you can use dried flowers. It says if using dried flowers, only fill the jar about 1/2 to 3/4 of the way full. Fill jar with honey. And then it says the honey is partially crystallized or very thick, gently warm in a double boiler before pouring. So you can fill a jar with honey, stir to distribute honey evenly, top off with honey, and stir again. Okay, allow it to sit for about 4 weeks in a cool, dark place. You can warm the honey and strain out the flowers, but you can also leave the flowers in if you don't mind the texture and use the honey that way. Hi, Marge. Hello. How are you? So, so basically there are two ways you can make a honey. Her way, where like you're just like you know, putting your, like with ginger, I grate it with a box grater, and then you can put it in the jar, pour honey over it, and let it sit, and then strain it out. What I like to do is I like to actually like do that, but put the jar, fill up. I don't have a double boiler. If you have a double boiler, cool. You want to use a double boiler, and you just want to warm the honey until like it's running off your wooden spoon like really fast. And you want to keep stirring though, because you don't want to burn it. And so about 45 minutes, just keep on stirring on a very, very low flame. But since I don't have a double boiler, I take the mason jar, put the honey in it, put the herb in it, cover it up, put the cap on, and put some water in a pot, put the jar in, and then you heat the water up. Marge, I am so in love with red violets right now. Red violas. I want to grow lots for the bees and press them. That sounds amazing. Hi, Becca S. Hello. Oh no, I'm sorry. It is supposed to rain here as well. How to press flowers in seconds. Ooh, links. Thank you, Marge. YouTube video. Let me. Oh, that did not work out. Let's. All right. Awesome. The poppies have been blooming here, and I love them lately. Yeah, we will check that out. So those are the two ways of making a honey. And there's a lot of honeys you could make. The main ones I make are ginger and garlic, and then of course this one is honeysuckle. So practical uses. So you have your honey. How are you going to use it? Irritated, burning, or sore throat. Honey is amazing for sore throats on its own. So eruptive childhood diseases, which sounds insane. So mumps, measles, chickenpox, etc. I guess that would be topical. Honey's got really great like skin healing powers. Pretty awesome. It's also very moisturizing. So I have honey in my lip balms and honey in my facial balm because of that. So I have little pot lip balms and there's honey in them. Plus it makes it super creamy and thick and it's awesome. And another cool thing about honey is it just doesn't go bad ever. So it may crystallize and get hard, but it's not going to go bad. Bacterial or viral infections, including respiratory infections, cold or flu, urinary tract infections, cough with burning sensation or chest tension, cold flu with feelings of restlessness, high fever, flushed face, red tongue, rapid pulse, locally on wounds, abscesses, and burns. It's excellent for burns. Tension, restlessness, and feelings of irritation and anxiety and heat signs. So awesome. That's page 85. So that's all the part on honeysuckle from our book. The next section is going to be much longer. And it's in the canyons of the other world. Mythopoetic plant medicine for the land of the living. So it's going to talk about the other world, edge walkers, changelings. So that's going to be a really interesting section. That will not take us. That will take us probably like 2 weeks to do. Planting. Maybe we can learn how to uncrystallize honey. Yeah. So I would. Well, she suggested that if it was crystallized, to gently warm it in a double boiler. So I think you just, yeah. I think, yeah, I think you slowly warm it up. Yeah. Or if you don't have a double boiler, you can use that trick with the, put the jar in a pot with and boil water around it, you know. A faux double boiler. Faux boiler. Faux boiler. So, right, stand the jar in warm water. Yes, exactly. So, let's see. There, can you guys hear the car honking? There's a honkiness going on here. Honk honk. Oh my gosh. So yeah. Put a towel in the bottom of the pot to diffuse heat. Ooh, ooh. Damn honkers. Can you hear it? Okay. So, this book, The Way of the Chinese World by Michael Tira, has some bits about honeysuckle. And so its energy and flavor are cool, bitter, and sweet. Let's see. He said it's anti-inflammatory and antimicrobial. The contraindications must be a birthday. I don't know what's going on there. It's very likely. So why maybe you shouldn't use this herb? This herb should not be used by those with weaknesses in the stomach/spleen system, where there's a cold or diarrhea. It should be used carefully when there are sores due to yin deficiency, which is something yin and yang, yin and yang deficiency or excess is something very traditional in Chinese medicine term. And then note the stems and leaves have more or less the same properties as the flowers, but are more specific for arthritic and rheumatic conditions. So this is just some extra information. That, yeah, to go along with that. I wonder if, I don't believe it's in our trusty herbiary book at all either. It's not like, no, it's not. All right. Whew. All right, guys. So it's 3:35. And I was hoping that maybe we would have more to talk about, but I'm going to open up to you guys. You guys have any herbal things you want to? Hi, Pansy. I just got your message. You guys have any herbal things you want to talk about? Any news on your job application? Not yet. Although I could check. Yeah, no. I did a typing test. Not yet. Nope. So, you just woke up. Good morning. Yeah. So, any herbal stuff anyone wants to chat about or anything? Because we're just, or ask me about. And usually we're just randomly random, but now we can be specifically random. Because what are you guys doing? You guys growing anything you're excited about? You guys got any herb you're excited about that you're making something with? Trying to think about what else maybe we can. Don't. I'm looking at my books. Ooh, you dry bunches of fevers. All right. Cool. I'm going to chop it up later to store it. Okay. I would actually leave it unchopped. It's a busy message day on my cell phone. Because it would help preserve it. If you could, like, if you're able to. And then when you're making something with it, chop it up. Because it does lose a lot of its, it loses some of its medicinal value being dried. So it's kind of one of those ones that is a little better fresh. So you should probably, I was thinking maybe it'd be better to keep as much integrity of the plant as possible in it. Yeah, yeah. So that's awesome. You had a big harvest of, I woke up for 11 a.m. for a webinar. Ooh, on what? There's a really good one. I have a section. This is a really neat one. Even if you're not gonna be like interested in being a street medic, by Seven Song. Let me. I have it up, but on my playlist. Let's see. Come on. Playlist. Which one is it? It's Herbal Plant Wisdom, where I sort of stick up everything that like I find interesting and good information by other herbalists and stuff like that on YouTube. Yeah. So this is really cool. I really like him. So that's part one. There's a part two, and he's like a little bit back and forth and rambly in his speech, sort of like moi, but he's great. He has a little school in New York. But I would just, a lot of neat information, a lot of good information, especially if you maybe are going to a protest. And I really found it really enjoyable. So I would definitely check that out if you want to watch something. I know my friend there's this Sherry. My friend Sherry uses it dry. She said she has great success with it. Oh, okay. I do prefer fresh. Okay, cool. Well, that's good. You know, like I've always read that it's better fresh, but like your friend had better experience with it dried. So yeah, that's a great idea. See what you think. How to become a professional organizer. I didn't get in there. Oh, I'm sorry, Marge. That must have been a popular one lately. You might really like this one about with 7 Song. Not talking about organizing, but definitely talking about like how to be a street medic and what you need to know. But a lot of good also information about protests and everything else. So I'm a professional unorganizer. Me too. Hence. You can't see the rest of it. Oh my gosh. Oh. Yeah, so that's a really good. I'll pop up. Oh, wait. I'll pop up the second one because it's. I didn't listen to part 2 yet. I'm still in the middle of part 1. They're really good though. So yeah, that's part 2. It's a disaster right now, really bad. Oh. Yeah, I keep thinking I'm gonna clean stuff up, but I just sort of move the mess around. Uncapable with my tablet and phone is so full, and it didn't work on this computer. Oh, I'm sorry. You only show the clean bits, Heather? So that was my idea. At some point, I'm going to get a screen. We're going to get a screen. So all of this will be hidden. But I was like, what the heck? You know, this is my house. We'll just show it. It's me. It's who I am. So I gave up and just went for it anyway. That was by Dorothy. Oh, from the Hoarders show. Hoarders TV show. Where you think it would have worked. Yeah, on one of them. Sorry, on one of your devices. Yeah. I mean, I can barely put apps on my cell phone because it's so full. But we have this fantastic PC, so we are up to date in that aspect. So that's great. All right, so all right, so we are done talking about honeysuckle. I see that a few more people have joined us. If anyone has any herbal questions or any topics you guys want to talk about, we have some time because we ended early. It was such a short section. If you hide it, you will hide the white tigers. Wow. I will. It's true. I will. I don't want to hide the white tigers. I found a Spanish lavender plant at a clearing sale at Lowe's. Ooh, that's awesome. There are a lot of different types of lavenders. Like there are a lot of types of mint. Did you get it, Heather? Of course you got it, probably, right? Of course. So far, I planted 5 plants in my garden this year. Awesome, Hainsey. That's why I watch Hoarders. Makes my house look spotless. Oh, so you feel better about it? Yeah, I mean, my house is, I would say it's not spotless, but also like it's not. All right. I was thinking there was a book I was might be able to pull out. So, y'all, there's nothing you want to talk about? Nothing? Come on. Maybe put it one of those laundry drying racks full of herb bushels. Herb bushels. I used to use a laundry rack to dry my herbs. They work really well. Boop, boop, boop. All right, is there... Yeah, drying herb bunches, yeah. We're going to have to stop if nobody has anything to talk about. Guys, I just can't. I can't. I didn't have anything. I can't believe I have nothing. Sorry, having a hard time following. Its connection is poor. I'm sorry, Rebecca, because you got the storms. Well, it's okay you can't follow because, you know, we're kind of searching for. Do you have any? Since we are done with honeysuckle, do you have any questions, herbal questions, or any herb you want to talk about? Because we can talk about any herb. Well, almost any herb. I just wish there was more about honeysuckle, but there's just not. I'm looking. I'm looking at my books. Let me show you one of my favorite old books, and this is Nature's Healing Arts, From Folk Medicine to Modern Drugs, the National Geographic Society book. It's pretty bad. It's really old, but it's got my friend Billy Joe Tatum. And I love these pictures. Look at all these plants she's got in here. What? And this is, I believe that's mugwort, or no, it's got yellow flowers. I have no idea. What do you do to include in your life on a daily basis herbs? Oh, Marge is now hitting us with a million questions. What does your daily practice look like? I'm good. I'm waiting for my burst of energy to come to wash some dishes. It'll come. It'll come, Heather. What? Okay. So, what do I do? Well, I usually include them medicinally, because I take turmeric and willow bark, and I eat for, like, I have some inflammation, and I take them as tinctures, and I use passion flower and valerian for, like, stress. Now valerian I only whip out when I'm, like, super stressed, because it can make me really, it makes you sleepy, very sleepy. It's the strongest sleepy herb you can get. It's designed to knock you out. Doesn't taste the best for most people, but I really love it. So most people think it tastes like socks, stinky socks. So thank you for the questions, Marge. And vice versa. What do you guys do to, include herbs in your daily basis? And what do you have? What does your practice look like? So that's really what I do. They're included medicinally every day. And I eat a lot of turmeric in my food. Other than that, it's not every day, but I am always, making infused oils. I am outside, like, fondling everyone's rosemary and lemon balm in their yards. And my daily practice, well, I have a morning routine that includes yoga, and it includes either walking or running, and then at night I do yoga and I walk and I run. And that right now is really the extent of it. I light candles because I just freaking love candles. I find them very calming, and burn sage because I also find it calming. Heather says, like, I have that book. I cut out the end pages and to save the drawings. Yeah, I have 2 copies because I love the book. So my mom gave me 1 copy, and then I got another copy. I also really love this book, this one here. That's her. Isn't this gorgeous? Like, super gorgeous. Yeah, I want to be there right now. You know? Oh my gosh. Have you ever heard of St. John's wort causing someone to vomit? I have not, Marge. I haven't. Let's see, I think there's one more other. Yeah. So these 2 pictures. This one is probably, everyone probably might know what this one is here. And I am totally jealous of this area because she's got all of her herbs, and she's got this nice counter, I mean, it looks like the pictures are old, but it could be like really today. I mean, Mullen, yes, Heather is correct. Looks like Canada, British Columbia. Let's see. See if we can find out where. Virginia. Blacksburg, Virginia. More than 175 different herbs and spices line the shelves of the Passippewa Potions. This lady's shop in Blacksburg, Virginia. Herbalist Kathy Craner. I wonder if she is still in business. She's probably a lot older. So, I'm all about vintage pictures. Yeah, me too. I mean, it's an interesting book. I mean, I haven't read through it, but it's probably a little bit outdated. It goes through a bunch of cultures and their practices and herbs. But it starts out, here in the United States, and this lady is really interesting because she's got a monkey. So, but yeah, that's a cool one. And it was $1 right there. It signed it for $1. You should take that and get it photocopied in color and glossy and frame it as in a vision board. I should. That would be awesome. I have bunches of baby mullein plants to repot. They're so cute and soft. Aw, that's awesome, Heather. I can actually photocopy it. I'm 51. I'll take 70s over new any day. Yeah, I mean, the plants are the same, pretty much. Like, probably hardly any time has passed with plants. I mean, so, ooh, Heather will be 51 in August. Congratulations. I will be 43 in October. 53. Me and Pansy are only 10 years apart. So, let's see. Really digging today. Bunch of old people, aren't we? Or young people. Yeah, here's my other one. Same one, but I started painting this one to try to make a herb book out of it. And that's as far as I got. Tired people. Yeah, I don't think it's because of our age though, Heather. So that's why I got 2 copies. All right. Well, should we call it? It's going to be... Actually, no, I don't. Should we call it? Because it's 4 o'clock. And I don't have anything else. And I'm really surprised. You were painting the book? Yeah, I was. I was painting it a la Tangerine's. She had that whole series of she made a book of shadows, and I was thinking about using the technique to make like a materia medica. But I got to painting like 2 pages, and you paint out what you don't want. She also like did something with the spine. I mean, those videos are no longer up, so I actually don't remember everything. But that's what I was doing. But that was like last year, probably at least 2 years ago. So, and it has just stayed like that ever since. Yeah. You want to see it? It's just, yeah. I mean, so I kept this because I like this, and then I just painted it black, like, you know, like it's just with craft paint, that folk art craft paint. So you can see I started, you know, and I was gonna, of course, keep some of the pictures I liked. I mean, this comfrey is really pretty. You know, and then, yeah, I mean, like I think Tange took out some of the middle pages so that, because as you went, the book got really thick. But, and it's good to have like nice glossy paper, or like nice thick paper, and then you can put embellishments on it. And she had this whole like cover she did, and it was just really cool, really, really cool. I mean, those videos were riveting to watch. They were amazing. And she did them live, and it was really great. I wish they were still up. But, so. Yeah, you'd paint out what you don't want. So you could find any kind of like hardcover book, you know, and then like I said, she would take out pages or do something with the spine so that the book would actually close, and then it was really cool. But that's as far as I got. Yeah, she's live right now doing crafts. Oh, okay, awesome. She's doing crafts now? Oh, okay. She is? Oh, I miss watching those. Yeah, BOS tutorials by Tangi. I'm kicking myself. I can't find it on YouTube, Heather. Yeah, Marge, I don't know. I caught a bunch. I caught several of them. So I can't find it. I gotta go running because I'm just have. So I see Simon that's on. Oh, yes. Oh, that's awesome. Come craft with me. Oh man. I'll probably yeah, okay, I just see it. It just popped up. Okay, so I'm really glad she's doing more crafting videos. Marge, maybe you can convince her to do some more of those Book of Shadow ones. So those were so fun. They were just so fun. So I'm really glad she's doing them. Yeah, just amazingly fun. So you're gonna go wash some dishes. Woo! So we get you energized. Our little. Oh. All right, guys. Well, sorry we ran out of honeysuckle to talk about, but it was a good chat. Either way, nobody wants to come with me. I mean, I do. It's just that I have to go out and do the running. So, I mean, I'll probably listen while I'm walking to where I run. I might sometimes I listen running, even though I can't see. So, yeah, but not not looking forward to it. My husband just washed the dishes. Oh, that's awesome, Pansy. That's so nice of him. Oh. All right. So many notifications today. Okay, guys. Well, thanks for hanging out. Next week we're gonna do In the Canyons of the Outer World, poetic plant medicine for the land of the living. It should be interesting. We're gonna talk about the outer world. We're gonna talk about edgewalkers, changelings, all kinds of stuff. And then past that, we're going to talk about myth. So, but yeah, so that would be on page 86. There's probably definitely going to be, I'll definitely have to read this one before next week. So, yeah, so it should be good. It should be cool. All right, guys. So I'll put that where to buy the honeysuckle in the description, so that we'll have that for a while down there. So I hope everyone has a good week. And yeah, I'll see you guys next week. Okay. Yay, mint. Yeah, that'll be in probably like 3 weeks or whenever we finish this big section here. But I'm really glad Chit's got a section on mint because that's fun. And I think it's overlooked because it's just so common. Everyone knows about mint. So you don't have to talk about it, but we still have to talk about it. So, all right, guys. All right. Well, have a good night, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.